Greetings everyone, welcome back to Blade Bias. Somehow it has been over a year since I uploaded a video called The Challenge with Limited Time Balisong Designs. And in that video, I basically talked about how we exist in a review-style content ecosystem with Balisongs. When someone uploads a Balisong video, it's most likely going to be a review-style video. And the problem with that is that review-style videos, unless the creator goes to great lengths to make it more entertaining, think like a Will Hirsch video, that content serves to answer only one question. Should I or should I not buy this Balisong? Ultimately, there's not a ton of value in a review beyond that. So, when you have something that goes out of stock and that you can't buy it anymore, those videos no longer can answer that question, and thus they lose a lot of their value. People stop watching those videos, people stop talking about that knife, and then it fades into obscurity. And we rinse and repeat that process every time a company wants to make a new limited time design. This video serves as the culmination of all of my thinking on Balisong related content. And I want to know your guys' opinion. So I'm about to make a claim, and I want to know, when you finish this video, number one, do you agree with my claim or do you disagree? Based on everything that I'm going to present, and why? Number two, I want to know, are you as a viewer fatigued by the amount of head-mounted, unscripted review-style content in the community today? And disclaimer, I am genuinely kind of sick of head-mounted content. It's probably because I've made hundreds of them for multiple years now, fairly consistently. And I know that I am a huge contributor to head-mounted style content like this. I am not saying that it needs to go away. This is huge, a huge backbone of the hobby right now, and it always will be. It will always serve to fill in the gaps when the higher quality stuff isn't being released. I am simply saying that what I think needs to happen is that we need to grow the community, and to do that, we need to be creating content that goes beyond just the typical review style. Create something that can appeal to a wider audience, because we want this community to grow. The community is not dying. The hobby is not dying. But it's difficult to look around right now and not see the cracks. Everywhere you look, there's YouTubers switching over to other content because it's more successful. There's companies revamping their entire product line because they're finding better success elsewhere. Or even worse, there's companies going out of business because they just don't have the support that they need to stay open. This is not good. And the way that we fix that is bringing more people into this hobby. More people into this hobby means more eyes on YouTube content, which means that people will go to greater lengths to create bigger and better stuff, which brings in even more people. More people in the hobby means makers will be more financially secure and want to experiment more, do something truly risky, and hope that it pays off, because there's a good chance that it will. It makes good flippers have an incentive to get genuinely better because they can be sponsored by some big company that then flies them out to some event that they can try and win, and if they win, they get some genuinely real prizes. Growing the hobby will be key to all of that happening. We all benefit when the hobby grows. And while I don't believe that the Balisong hobby will ever be mainstream, we can certainly do better than we're doing right now. We're not as low as we were before 2020, but we're certainly not as high as we were from 2021 to 2023, which I think most people would consider the peak of this hobby. While this isn't the only way to achieve that, my belief is that good, quality, consistent content that goes beyond your typical review is one of the keys to growing this hobby, to getting to that point. Number one, reviews don't appeal to people who aren't in this hobby. The only kind of reviews that do appeal to that are reviews for beginner-style Balisongs. And you can see this on the view counts of any video that talks about a beginner-style Balisong, or a cheap Balisong, or an entry-level Balisong. And then as you review higher and higher tier stuff, the views kind of fall off. It's clear that people want to see the cheap stuff because that's where people are getting into it. We have a large amount of people getting into Balisongs, buying something cheap. It's never been a better time to buy a cheap Balisong. There are so many. It's a reason that we're so much better off than we were in 2019, because so many people can get something for genuinely cheap that is genuinely good. The problem is we're not keeping people. And number two, YouTube is a good way for people to engage with a hobby, to keep them interested in it. When I don't feel like flipping, what do? I watch a Balisong video. But when there's only reviews to watch, it kind of gets a little boring. Take this, for example. What's the first thing that you do when you get into a hobby? Well, if you're anything like me, you eat, sleep, and breathe that hobby. And I spend so much time watching YouTube videos, absorbing all of the information about that hobby that I possibly can. Take Balisongs as an example. Someone gets a Balisong. Okay, well, they needed to watch a review to see if it was good. Great. They have it. Now they want to flip it. Go on YouTube and watch a tutorial. Okay, but what if I want to see what really good flipping actually looks like? Great. Go on YouTube, watch a competition. Go on Instagram, watch a flipping clip from a top flipper. What if I want to learn the history of Balisongs? Watch a YouTube video. 2020, it is my belief that in 2025, the beating heart of an active community is the content that that community creates. It is a backbone to any successful hobby. And it's a backbone that isn't the strongest in our case. Creating stuff that isn't just reviews not only appeals to more people, which brings more people in, but it allows people that are already here to engage in a new way, to be reintroduced to some fun thing that they're not exactly doing. Maybe someone does a challenge that you really like the idea of, so you give it a shot yourself. Maybe you just want to live vicariously through someone flipping a really expensive Balisong. I mean, you can do that with reviews, but maybe there's someone out there who does something truly special with a new Balisong. Maybe there's someone that makes such a good video about a Balisong that you can't think of anything else, and that's just the one that you want to get. Or it makes you appreciate one that you already have. There are many examples of people who create content like this, but I want to tell you a story first about my other hobbies. Surprise, surprise, Ethan is using other hobbies to talk about Balisongs. Recently, I've been getting into cars, watching videos about people upgrading their cars, racing their cars, fixing their cars, rallying their cars, etc. One of my favorite things I've seen on YouTube recently was a video about someone who went from a rally simulator to actually driving in a rally over the course of a year. Amazing video. And some of my favorite content in the car community is videos where people just go cross country in their junker cars. And it is cinema. I finish some of these videos and I go, wow, I cannot believe that YouTube is free. That's insane. I enjoyed that free hour-long video far more than I enjoyed a multi-million-dollar budget movie that I just went to see earlier today. That is insane. And then I sit back and I think, when's the last time I felt like that about a Balisong video? It's been a while. I don't think you can feel that way about a video like this, where someone is talking to you unscripted from under a camera. Some of the people in the community who have created some of the most influential Balisong videos aren't active anymore. Someone like Addison True, who created some of the most visually stunning Balisong reviews that this community has possibly ever seen. Cinematography that was so good that it inspired Ty to go on and create all the amazing videos that Ty did. The people that still do exist, people like Will and Brandon, are doing cool and unique stuff, but it can't just be one or two people that are doing this. There has to be an active ecosystem of creators, just like there has to be an active ecosystem of people making Balisongs so that we can buy stuff whenever we want. There has to be enough stuff so that we can watch whatever we want, whenever we want. And I've been talking a lot about like peak and things that are just so good that they leave you moved. It doesn't even have to be that. It just has to be different. One series I've really been enjoying lately is Benjamin Flips' videos where he sets up a camera and he flips in one take. If he drops it, that's for the day. And he does that daily. It's a simple idea, but it's different. And Benjamin's channel in general is a lot of different stuff. I think you should really go check it out. Brandon and Will have done some of the most awesome videos that I personally have seen in this hobby. From their Amazon unboxing videos, which are just goofing around with your friends. That's fun. On the couch, that's awesome. That appeals to a lot of people. To their Balisong Sound Challenge, which was genuinely one of the coolest things that I had watched, where it added stakes and it was like a reality TV show. It was so, so cool. But ultimately, those videos just don't do super well. And maybe that's kind of where I want to know what the community thinks about it. Because a lot of the times when you see something that's different and that's truly unique, the YouTuber doesn't do it anymore because it just didn't work. Den was a personality that anyone could watch talk about anything. That guy was hilarious. But he moved on to guitars because his Balisong videos just weren't doing well. So maybe this isn't everything that I'm cracking it up to be. And that's kind of why I want to know you guys' opinion on it. Because I think a lot of these videos are peak. But a lot of the times when you find peak in the Balisong hobby, that person doesn't really upload anymore. Addison, Telestro, Den. Hell, even someone like Pyro. And speaking of Pyro, I do want to say, because I know people are going to say it, I think the Instagram side of things, besides people getting randomly banned for no reason, that part sucks. The Instagram side of content is amazing. Those short form edits that people are making, people like Balisong Nerd, Banks, Oximity, Pyro, Vaver, all this stuff is peak. But this video, I'm mostly talking about long form content. So that's my thesis. One of the paths to making this hobby more successful for everybody is to make genuinely different and unique content. Review stuff will always exist, and I think it always should exist. It'll fill in the gaps when people aren't uploading, because people can't upload high quality stuff every single day. But my hope is that we can be in a time where people are uploading consistently enough that there's still enough to enjoy and to watch. It'll get people more invested in the hobby, keep people from leaving as easily because they get bored of things, hold us through the times where nothing's really being released, and just be better for everyone in general. It's really sad that most of the time when you find something that you truly enjoy in this hobby, it's just a one-off. One of the videos that I've enjoyed recently was a channel called Pingu, I believe it was. I'm so sorry if I got that name wrong. But there was a video that interviewed the creator of the Reverie, talking about, how were you inspired by the design? How did the design change? What were some of the challenges with creating the design? Stuff like that. And I love that kind of stuff. I love getting insights into how a Balisong is designed, because I love talking about how Balisong designs are cohesive and stuff like that. Create with the Ballies is such a fun thing for me. And I went onto the channel that created that video hoping to find some more stuff about Balisongs, only to find that it was just a one-off thing. And I don't blame them for that. They normally do like a keyboard or mouse review or something of that nature. I am really happy that they found enough passion to create a Balisong video. But it just kind of speaks to my point that when you do find something that's truly different like that, it usually doesn't have any other brothers and sisters because it just didn't do well enough for that to happen. So, I don't know. I think I'm rambling at this point. Ultimately, I'm a content guy. That's the way that my brain works. And whenever I think about growing this hobby, because that is my ultimate goal. I love the hobby. I want it to grow bigger and better every day. And the way that I can think to do that is content. What really solidified all of this for me was the success of my Valorant video that I did on my main channel, link in the description, where the numbers for traditional YouTube aren't anything crazy, but that video in the first week that it was uploaded climbed to the top 5 most viewed videos on that channel in 1 week. And I've owned that channel and had it running for more than 8 years. Since 2017. Top 10 or top 5, just like that. It's crazy. And I think it really told me that people are looking for something different. So let me know. Did I read you guys wrong? Are you looking for something different? Do you agree that genuine, different, interesting, consistent, whatever term you want to use, content will grow the hobby? Or do you think not? Do you think there's a better way? Let me know all in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.